Highlight players are some of the most unknown players because they are rarely advertised or reviewed. Today, we will look at some of the best of them, which may easily start especially in many free-to-play teams. Here comes Pepper. Welcome everybody! One little limitation, it's only about highlight cards from epic packs, because these are easily forgotten and overshadowed by the epics. As usual, feel free to add your picks in the comments. Let's start with Dominik Szoboszlai. He's an orchestrator, but I would prefer him as an attacking midfielder or even on the sides due to the lack of defensive stats. Offensively, he's very capable. Fast player, amazing kicking power, great dribbling and balance, and he can also reach 90 offensive awareness, which is an important break point. Dribbling is nice, passing is good as well, finishing still alright, comes with nice curl too. Definitely a valid option in any free-to-play team. Next up is Josip Stanisic. Great Nationmücke, great team. Fast defender, incredible top speed, acceleration still alright, and absolutely fine defensive stats. He's really great, but in this very video there will be at least 2 defenders that actually clear him. Next up is one of them, one of the best highlight cards ever, Wan-Bissaka again. He's basically a slightly improved version of the old free Manchester card that was already pretty crazy. Like, look at this, the defensive stats are really good and he's crazy fast. On top of that, he comes with 14 leg length, providing him even additional acceleration and great leg coverage. He can be a great fullback in any formation, but where he really actually shines is in a high defensive line with either 3 or 4 at the back. He's made for this because good luck outrunning him over a longer distance. Amazing card. Another card for this role, although not quite as great but still good and better on the ball than at passing, is Theo Hernandez. With an 89 proficiency manager, one could even reduce a point in defending to make him even faster. I can't think of any reasonable defender faster than this. Is there one? A true through-ball nightmare. Next up is Leroy Aziz Sané. Very fast, great dribbling, kicking power and curl, and also decent finishing. Especially considering the card's age, it was definitely one of the better highlight cards of its time. He also comes with 13 leg length, giving him great leg coverage and even more acceleration. Unfortunately, really bad physically though. A similar card is Luis Diaz. He's even faster, but passes worse. Also a bit better physically, but worse kicking power. Still a nice highlight card though. The next card is actually the one that inspired me to do this video. This one here. Plays the National League event for me, never disappoints. Perfectly fits into the long through-ball spam meta thanks to his speed and acceleration, and he also has nice defensive stats. Unlike others, he's also very decent at physical contact. I had him for quite a while but never really noticed him before I started playing the Dutch team because of Roy Mackay. Who knows, maybe you also have a great highlight card lying around and don't know it either. Next one, Jamal Musiala. Also a quite nice highlight card. A very fast player, great balance, and absolutely amazing dribbling stats. His finishing is also quite good, his passing even better. Just like a few other cards from this list, he also very much lacks physicality, so has to avoid physical duels at all costs. The next player was basically a 4th epic back then in his pack, Denis Zakaria. For an anchorman, his passing and dribbling is still alright. Acceleration and speed are very nice, and so are the defensive stats. Physically, he's also very strong. And on top of all that, here comes Zakaria's player model featuring 12 leg length and massive leg coverage, very close to Patrick Vieira. Like honestly, this is one of the best highlight cards ever and would easily find a place in many teams even today, no problem. Another nice highlight card is Florian Wirtz. Very fast, insanely high dribbling stats, and equally good at passing and finishing. Just like with Musiala, you have to avoid physical contact for him to be a true menace. Here's a really interesting highlight card, Philip Billing. Now the obvious way of using him would be like as an all-rounder that's pretty decent at most things but a master of none. However, he is actually a master at something, and that's leg coverage and leg length. His leg coverage is greater than Patrick Vieira's, and he also has leg length 14, granting him extra acceleration. So what someone could do, since he has 45 levels, is go with a fully defensive build to utilize this insane leg coverage. Whole player isn't active at a defensive midfielder, just play him inactive. Put a defensive and construction on him, and all of a sudden there's a very nice defensive midfielder, even good physically. Next up is a really nice highlight card, Cody Gakpo. I got a different one that's a bit worse that I sometimes played at the English event. Very fast, 90 offensive awareness, 90 kicking power, great finishing as well as dribbling stats, really nice. Also comes with 11 leg length. But he has something many of the other offensive players here do not. He also has the physicality, which makes him quite special among these highlight cards. Definitely a nice choice. A player who has many interesting cards is Joshua Kimmich. And this highlight card is one of them. He is quite the all-rounder, not perfect at anything, but very good at many things. Considering the card isn't that new, I think it's fair to mention it. Really solid. Here's one more really interesting highlight card. Kyle Walker-Peters. He's pretty limited in what he can do, but quite good at his niche, which is basically playing in a high defensive line and using his massive acceleration and speed to anticipate through balls and get to them before the striker. He has nothing to offer physically or in the air, which is what limits him into this niche. Another great highlight card is Wout Weghorst. There are actually 3 quite similar ones. He might be limited to a crossing playstyle, but for that, he's really great. Formidable target man. Speaking of crosses, here's another highlight card very good for it. Lorenzo. Same as Wout, great target man, amazing aerial abilities. Depending on how you play, you might want to adjust these builds for them to either be better or worse on the ground. The next card is another one of the best highlight cards ever. It's Purple Saliba. Was way ahead of its time. As you probably know, Saliba has an outstanding player model, only very slightly lower leg coverage than Patrick Vieira. PFA Saliba is an excellent free card, but Purple Saliba is just clearly better despite being way older. So yeah, I think it's fair to call him the 4th epic of his pack. Another notable highlight card is Memphis Depay. Deep lying forward is not a style for everybody, but those that can handle it, it's fine. He has very nice kicking power and finishing, reaches 90 speed, is good on the ball, and also brings some physicality. Definitely one of the better highlight cards. Another considerable highlight card is Vinicius. Crazy fast, good at finishing, great offensive awareness as well as dribbling. This makes him especially great at receiving through balls into space that he can run into. His biggest weakness is physicality, so it's a smart idea to avoid physical duels, like with Musiala or Wirtz. Jan-Aurel Bissek is another card worth mentioning. His defensive stats are quite good, physically he's okay, could even give him more points should you need it. Speed wise he's not that good unfortunately. The reason why I mention him is his player model. 199.5 leg coverage is crazy good. That is more than Patrick Vieira and almost as much as Daniel van Buiten. 11 leg length also comes in handy to cope with his subpar acceleration. Not the best defender of this list by any means, but worth a mention. Another card quite much better than the average highlight card is Cole Palmer. Despite being kind of a worse version of Wirtz or Musiala, he's not only still good, but also better than them at finishing thanks to his finishing and kicking power. He definitely shouldn't be overlooked. The next card is very similar to him, Nabil Fekir. As said, they're very similar except for one thing, which is that Fekir actually comes with a bit of physicality, making him, at least in my opinion, more useful in today's gameplay. Another good highlight card is this here. Amazing passing and kicking power, great dribbling, and his finishing is also alright. He isn't as fast as many of the other players here, but he has one thing going for him: maximum weak foot accuracy. The next card, the last card, is really old, but was quite amazing for its time. Raphael Varane. He's basically a slightly worse version of Purple Saliba, but a lot better in the air, but also quite a bit slower. That sounds a bit bad, but Purple Saliba is really good, as you've seen. So being a bit behind him still makes you crazy good, especially considering the time of its release. He also has 13 leg length. I really hope we have someone in the comments that still plays him. That was the last one. If you have any highlight cards that go under the radar, let me know in the comments. That's it, folks. Let me know if you liked this video. I'd love to subscribe, like, commented, or hyped. Until then, guys, take it easy. Shaka!